one of the most vocal about Canelo moving up to take the challenge against Golovkin. Obviously, when he fought Amir. Now he's moving up, but he's not fighting Golovkin. He's fighting Chavez Jr. and he's making Chavez Jr. come down to a weight that people aren't even sure he's going to be able to make that weight. What do you think about that fight? I mean, is that a legitimate battle, or is it kind of a mismatch, so to speak?
I think if Chavez makes the weight right, and he is disciplined and does what he is capable of doing, I think it's a very interesting fight. I would not be surprised to see Chavez win that fight. I think it's more to him than what people realize. I think they're looking at his last, couple of years, when he was fighting and kind of letting himself go and having his issues. But just the weight where he is now, and the photos, and with Barrestein, who is going to make a difference. Barrestein's going to make a difference because his legend speaks for itself. So a fighter has to respect that. He has to respect that. But I think they could have bit off a little too much if Chavez is right.
He looks motivated.
Yeah,
I
think they have bit off a little too much. If he's right.
And I know it can be hard for a fighter to get motivated for, certain types of fights and certain, levels of fighters. But Chavez really looks like he's motivated for this fight. I mean, obviously with, the pride of Mexico on the line, and I think there's been some bad blood between the two of them for a long time.
Definitely bad blood. I mean, I just read an article where his father said, Junior can't lose to him. He cannot lose to him. He can lose to anybody, but he cannot lose to him. So it's definitely something going on there.
Plus his dad, I mean, that's his dad saying that. So who would know Chavez Jr. better than his dad? And I don't think his dad would let him get into a fight if it wasn't something where he felt strongly like you can win, especially when you're talking about the pride of Mexico.
Right. I think that if Chavez is right, Canelo gonna find out he might have bit off too much. Particularly, he's not an old man trying to come down. He's not like when Pacquiao was bringing everybody down. If you look at their ages, that was tough. To bring a guy down to a weight, like when he fought Oscar. Oscar, went on this Hollywood diet, to lose the weight and everything.
Eating that deer meat.
Yeah. And, it didn't work out for him. It didn't work out for him at all. I really thought that Oscar could have avoided that. Won, 45?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he hadn't been at 47 in a while.
Right.
So, yeah, you're supposed to win. The man is weakened. If I took Secretariat, who was leaving all his competition just lengths behind, and I didn't feed him for a month before the Derby, if I didn't feed him quality hay or whatever he eats, if I cut that down, he wouldn't win the race. He might be in the pack, but he will not be in the lead because you weakened him. Same thing with Cotto.
Yeah,
he was weakened. So he brought him down to Margarito. He brought him down. To where now when you brought down that low, you have to lose the weight early. Earlier than you normally would. So you have to hold that weight for a couple of weeks. You're not going to make it. The only way I see that working, if they cut out the sparring when they start cutting the weight and he's shadow boxing and doing everything else to keep his technique right and his stamina up, but no sparring, because that's what takes it out of you. And he's getting hit in a weakened state.
Right.
In sparring, he's getting hit when he's in a weakened state. So you can't come back from that in 24 hours. No way. No way.
Well, he's working with Heredia.
He's working with Memo.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
Memo definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah. When you look at Junior, I get the impression that he definitely, if he was disciplined, make the weight. And he's had enough time. You know, he made 68 his last fight, so that's a good thing. It's not like he's coming from 75.
Right.
He made 68. So that was in the fight before this one, so that's a good thing.
And I don't think he ballooned up after that either.
That gives him a great, you know, head start and a good hand in that situation. Yeah. But I would not be surprised at all to see Junior win that fight.
Do you think that, just because a lot of times when people talk about Chavez, you know, they kind of downplay his skills as a fighter. You know, they just kind of look at him as a brawler. Do you think the difference in skill level, well, because, you know, Canelo he can be a cutesy fighter sometimes. Do you think that'll play a role, or will the weight difference kind of offset that?
I mean, skill-wise, he should have his moments. If he can't hurt Chavez, that's where the problem's going to start. You know, now if he can hurt Chavez, then, you know, I would definitely, unless something happened where he got caught, you know, you'd have to give him his shot at, you know, coming out victorious. But if he can't hurt him, then, you know, we could have a real interesting fight.
You got me? So you're giving Chavez a shot?
I think if he's in good shape and didn't have to go any drastic changes, I think he could be very competitive. When I think about the two styles, you know, you think the Chavez that fought Andy Lee wouldn't give Canelo problems? Yeah, he would. He would. You know, but maybe the weight drain will get to him.
Don't find out until fight night.
Don't find out till fight night.
Is there anything you'll be looking for?
Well,
like,
you got Canelo coming up in weight, so he don't have to starve himself. So he'll have a little more energy.
True. True.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you look for, like, during the weigh-in? Are there any, like, telltale signs?
Well, if he made it good and he was able to eat and make the weight, you won't see the dark circles around his eyes. His skin should be shining. It won't look dry, anything, or give any indication that they had to take the last few pounds off quick and dry him out, you know. Because you never know where he could be. He still might be a middleweight when you eliminate the drinking. And, you know, with all that good, he's getting real Mexican food. I mean, man, he's getting the best.
Right.
You know,
right.
You got to cut that out. He might still be a middleweight. Who knows?
Yeah.
It might backfire.
True.
You know, but if I'm a guy who's not disciplined and eat what I want to eat, and, you know, it's no secret that, you know, you need medicine every now and then, medicinal medicine every now and then, for whatever reason, you know, yeah, you gonna eat.
That's
you
true.
know? So it just depends on how he does it.
Yeah.